Will now be recorded.
Okay, so good morning team. In this Databricks Data Engineer Master Program, in today's session we will be talking about Python introduction, and we will talk about identifiers, keywords. Not only this, based on the time, we will also discuss about the data types today itself. Okay, we will learn Python introduction, Python code when compared with other languages, Python key features, Python history, Python versions, Python identifiers, Python keywords. Demo, we will see Python installation in the local system, and then Python identifiers hands-on we will be doing in the session. Python uninstallation in local, if you wanted to do, how you can do also, I'll be showing you. First, let's talk about a Python introduction. What is Python? Anybody have any idea? What is Python, team?
It's a
So
high-level
programming
language.
object-oriented supported, object-oriented also. Yeah.
Easy syntax.
Very good. Easy syntax. Okay. Easy syntax is very good point. Next, everybody tell me one point, whatever you know.
It's
It is
high-level language.
interpreted language, right? Interpreted language.
Very good.
It is
So,
readable syntax. It will have.
Supports OOPS concepts, object-oriented programming only.
okay. So some people told very interesting points. Basically, one person told high level programming language, second person told interpreted language. So I want to understand what is high level programming language.
So someone said it is easy to write the code. It is in a human readable format, a language, and once we write, that high-level language will be converted to the low-level language, which can be understood by the system.
Very good. So high level programming language means humans can able to understand. What humans can able to understand? Let's say if you say print hello, print welcome to CloudPandith, right? A equal to 10. So you can able to understand. But low level programming language means missions can able to understand. Missions, what missions can able to understand? 1010001100, something like that. So let's say if I call someone, please bring me water, then what happens? You all can able to understand what I am talking. But if I say in the in other terms like a signal 0101 to fetch liquid H2GO, something like that, you will not be able to understand, right? So it is little tough to understand, isn't it? That's what is a low level language. Low level language means if I say signal 0101 to fetch liquid H2O, it is you cannot able to understand that terms exactly. But if I say please bring me water, you can able to understand, right? That's how high level programming language means. It is easy to learn, easy to write, less chances of mistakes. You can save the time. It also works in the cross platform, meaning you can run on many systems. Okay, so the summary is high level language means it's a human friendly language. Low level language means it's a mission friendly language. Okay, this is concluded. Now let's talk about what is interpreted language.
Basically, there will be two components: a compiler and interpreter. So as soon as we write, it interprets. It will check if there are any syntactical errors and all.
Okay. So normally, if you remember, team, any language you consider, whether it is a C language, Java language, or .NET language, any language you consider, in all languages, we do a two-step execution to get the result. What are those?
Compilation and enter.
Hmm?
Compilation.
And the execution. Okay, compilation first you will do, then you will again execute it. So here in Python programs, if you see, you have seen already till now, right? We never compile directly. We are executing code. We are getting the result. So that is what is happening in the Python is when you write a Python code, as soon as you write the Python code, it will execute the code line by line, one instruction at a time. So generally, if you look at other languages, what happens is once you write entire code, entire whole program will be converted into the mission code at a time. But Python is not like that. You write a one line, that line will be converted into the mission language immediately, internally, automatically. Are you getting? Are you getting, Tim, what I'm saying? So if you have a multiple lines, let's think of you are writing one line, it is finished. You are writing second line. By the time you write a second line, first line is already, it is converted. Okay, it will be converted into the mission code. Second line you finished, it will be converted into the mission code. Third line you finished, it will be converted into the mission code. So when it comes to the like Java, C programs and all, you write all the code, it will be as it is. Once you compile it, this entire code as a whole, it will be converted into the mission code. So mission will understand zeros and ones. Are you getting? So that is what the interpreter. Interpreted means it will be converted. It will be converted into the mission code line by line. Okay, Python does not convert the whole program into mission code at once. Instead, it reads each line and understand it, and then it runs it immediately. Clear? It runs it immediately. So that's why when you execute it, directly you will be getting a result. That is called a interpreted language or interpreted. Python is a interpreted. What is meant by that? It is going to execute the code line by line. It is not going to convert entire code at a time to convert into the mission code. Okay, your human understandable language, it has to convert into the machine understandable language. To do that, Python is going to execute step by step, line by line. It is not going to do entire code at a time. Clear, Tim? Next, some people mention Python is a easy syntax. Yes. Remember, Tim, Python is Python developer has taken code from all the languages. He has looked at all the codes, C language, scripting languages like Linux, Bash scripting, right? Bash shell scripting and all, Java, OOPS concepts. So he looked at all the modular concepts. He looked at all different languages. He brought all the good things from all these particular languages and he put it into a one particular language called Python. You can think of a all good behaviors from multiple people you are taking and adding to a single person. He will be a Superman. Similarly, Python is basically having the all good features from multiple languages. That's why if you see Java is only object-oriented programming language, right? If you see scripting, Bash or Shell, it's only scripting language. C language. C language is what thing? C language is what? Anybody have any idea? C language is a procedural language. Procedural language means so it is going to execute again a step by step processing. Okay. So you will write a program, it will execute step by step. So functional languages. Functional language means there will be functions. It is going to make a calls to the functions and it will be executing. So Python has a futures of the procedural language, functional language, object programming language, OOPS concept, a modular concept, scripting language. So Python, you can call it as everything because it has all the good features. Clear, Tim?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
So the simple explanation I am just giving you for Python is a language that we use to talk to the computer. Clear? Python is a language that we use to talk to the computers. And Python is a general purpose. It is not designed for only application development or only for data engineering, only for data science. It is not like that. It is a general purpose. You can use it for scheduling jobs, for some automation, for archiving some files as part of your daily runs. You can use it for data transformation. You can use it for web application development. Let's say you are going to the Flipkart and you are making a orders, you are booking a flights, you are purchasing something, you are taking a doctor appointment through the some website. These websites is built can be built using Python. So Python is not designed for a specific need. It is designed for general purpose. If you have any work, you can do it using the Python. High level programming language, I have given enough knowledge already. High level programming language means, what is that? Simple
Readable.
humans understandable language. Developed by Guido van Rossum in 1989 at the National Research Institute, Netherlands. Officially released to the public on February 20, 1991. Python is recommended as a first programming language for beginners. So let's say your relatives will be there, your friends will be there who wants to learn some coding language. Everybody has to recommend Python is the first recommended programming language for everybody. Even if you have a kids who are studying 10th standard or 8th standard or 12th standard, if you feel that I want to teach my kids some language, you tell them to learn a Python because they will enjoy. They will not feel like, oh, this is very complex and all. Okay. Guido developed Python by combining a features from several programming languages. Just a few I kept it here. Procedural, functional programming from the C, object-oriented programming from C++, scripting from Perl and the shell, modular programming from the Modula 3. He is the person who developed the Python. Okay. If you look at the Python, this is called a object-oriented programming language in the Python. So this is called a functional programming language in the Python. So this is called a scripting language in the Python. So this is how the codes will look like in the Python. See, this is called a class is there. You have some function is there. What is class? Car is a class. Okay. Class, you think of a, for example, when car is designing at the very initial stage, when somebody thought people has to travel, I want to build a car. So he got some thought, but how many wheels should be there, how the car should be moved, right? What is the minimum speed, what is the maximum speed, how the speed, what kind of engine I need to keep it in the car. So he has all this information, some design, how the car structure should be, right? So this is nothing but one object he was imagining in his brain, then later he implemented it, right? So once he designed a car, okay, so car should look like this, let's say whatever design he has. So maybe I'm not a good designer, so let's put it something. So you just kept it, he had just kept some car like this, there is a design. So when he has designed some car, now once he finalized, all other cars that is going to design is the base for all other cars is going to be this one. Correct. If somebody
So,
has to design a car, he will take this as a base, isn't it? That is what the object oriented programming language means. So you create a one object, you take this as a reference, and you create as many references as many cars as you want, you can create. But if you want to add a new features to that car, you can just say, so this is in the latest model, this is the model of the car. So whatever new features you want to add it to the car, you can add it. Okay, that is what the object oriented means. You can reuse lot of features. If you want to change some features, you can able to change it. Let's say base model, you can take it, but if you want to add a new features to the base model, you can add it. But base is always base, meaning same base model you can able to use to create a multiple objects. After creating the basic car from the original car that you have designed, from that you created a new cars. On top of these new cars, you can add a new features. Correct. Every year you are seeing new cars with the new features. So functional programming language means it's not that much reusable, but these functions you can make a calls and you can make the reusability. So instead of repeating the same code, you can able to again reuse the code here through the functions, not through the class. Class is an object, but functions is a different concept. So you can still reuse it, not like a car. Next, if you look at here, see within a class you can have again a functions. If you see, okay, but the functional language means without any class you can directly have a functions. Without any functions, directly you can write a step by step code. That is a scripting language. You can see here directly there is no function, no class. This is a scripting language. Okay, so that's how Python you can have as an object, as a functional, as a scripting, as a procedural or functional, whatever it is. Okay, anybody have any doubts on this slide? Anybody have any doubts on this slide?
No, sir, it's clear.
Okay. Python code when compared with other languages, you see, just to print hello world, in Java we need to have a main class. This is called a class. Within the class there is a main method, because the execution of the Java will start from the main method. Then there is a printer. Just to use print statement also, you need to implement the object oriented, because it only supports object oriented, meaning you need to create a class which is object, then function, within the function only you can have a print statement. But if you go with the C language, again void, main, and the print statement. If it is a Python, simple hello world. Okay. Second example, let's say adding two numbers. You have to add a class. You need to have a main function, main method. Then you need to declare two values. Then you need to use the sum function. In C language also declare two variables, you submit. But if it is a Python, nothing. You don't require a function. You don't require any class. You can say equal to 10, b equal to 20, print a plus b. You are seeing, right, how the things are changing. Now, Python key features is simple and easy to learn. Python syntax is very readable, similar to English. Python programs are short, require a fewer lines of code than other languages. You just have seen. You require only fewer lines of code to achieve anything. Instead of writing lines and lines of code in Java or C language, you no need to write like that. You can write a very fewer lines to complete your requirement. Freeware and open source. Freeware and open source. Meaning, freeware means for Python installation or using the Python. To use a Python, you don't need to make any payment or you don't need to purchase any license. It's a completely free. You can directly install. Okay, that is a freeware. Open source means you can open the Python code that is developed by Guido van Rossum, and what you can do is you can able to make some modifications in the backend, and you can improve the performance. That is one thing. And the second, open source means you can write the data from Python to some storage account. This data is can be read by any other programming, because data, whatever data we are writing, is open source, meaning it is not dedicated to the Python language. Meaning, if you write some data using Python, you can read only data again using Python. It is not like that. Python is open source, meaning it will write data in an open format. Any other languages, tomorrow you are using some other language to read the data, you can able to read this data, because Python is going to not going to lock anything. Python is going to keep the data open. High-level language, Python allows developers to focus on programming language rather than low-level details like memory management and all. It is a high-level programming language. Platform independent. If you remember in earlier days, if any mobile games or anything comes, right? So those can play only on the Windows mobile or Android mobile. If some game is playing on Windows, it cannot be played on other operating system. But now it is not like that, right? Nowadays, anything comes, any game or whatever comes, it is going to run on every mobile. So that's why nowadays all the languages are called a platform independent, meaning you develop one game on the Windows operating system, but same game can be played on the Mac and Linux, other operating systems as well. Okay, what is meant by that is nothing but a platform independent, dynamically typed. So normally if you look at SQL, you look at Java, C language and all, you need to say 10 is considered as a which type of data?
Integer.
Numerical data.
Integer.
10 is considered as an integer. Let's say a equal to 10. Next a equal to Rama. Can I assign in the Java, SQL or in the C language like that? A equal to 10, then a equal to Rama.
No, sir.
Have to decide the.
We need to mention the type of the variable a ahead in other programming languages.
While creating the table, we need to inform that table like what is the data type, then we can.
Correct. It will not allow you to reassign some other type of value. Once you, for example, a equal to 10, once you assign, by default it will be considered as an int. So later if you try to assign a Rama is going to be a string, so it will not support. But Python is dynamically typed, meaning you don't need to mention whether a is a int or string. Based on the type of value that you are assigning, it will tell you what is the value, what is the data type. Okay, that is called a dynamically typed. So as I said, it supports a procedural language, object-oriented programming language. You can create a classes and write the code, or you can directly write a functions and write the code. Without classes or without functions, you can write the code. Next, interpreted. Python is an interpreted language, meaning code is executed line by line. Compilation is handled internally. Okay, Python is an interpreted language, meaning code is executed line by line. Compilation is handled internally, as I mentioned, right? So it is going to execute line by line. Compilation is going to happen automatically. You don't need to execute it separately. Extension libraries. Python offers a rich set of libraries, reducing need to write extensive code from scratch. For example, you want to connect to some APIs. If you want to read data from somewhere, you don't need to worry about codes. We have inbuilt batteries or libraries, you can call it as. These libraries, what happens is, you can just import this library. It will tell you, you provide these parameters. I'll connect to these sources. I'll read the data directly. You can able to connect to the various sources, and you can you no need to write a complex code, because if somebody has developed a complex code, he can make it available in the Git or somewhere. You can import that particular complex code and you can reuse it instead of rewriting. That is called a extension libraries means. These are the Python key features. Okay, now these are the Python key features. Let me know if you have any doubts, Tim, in this. Next. Python history, if you see, Python is recommended as a first programming language for beginners. Python was developed by Guido van Rossum in 1989 while working at National Research in Netherlands. But officially, Python is available to the public in 1991. Python versions. Python 1.0 released on January 1994. Python 2.0 released on October 2000. Python 3.0 is released in December 2008. Python was popular from 2008 only. It was not popular earlier. You know, because Python was having a lot of performance issues before Python version 1 and 2. In Python 3, what they have done is they have rewritten entire code. Python developers has rewritten entire Python code. So that's why Python 3 code, for example, somebody is using Python 2, same code, if they run it on the Python 3, that code may not work. Okay, that's why there is a node point also I have written here. Node Python 3 won't provide backward compatibility to Python 2. There is no guarantee that Python 2 program will run in Python 3. For example, today I developed my Spark code, which runs on Spark 2.12. Spark 3, let's say. Tomorrow Spark 4, version Spark 4 comes. Then my code should run on the Spark 4 also, except one or two new features. Correct? But Python 2 is not like that. It is not providing a backward compatibility. When new version comes, it should support, but it is not supporting up to Python 3. Because in Python 3, they have rewritten entire code. That's why whatever code that you are using in Python 1 and 2, that may not run in Python 3. But nowadays, nobody is there who is still using Python 2 or Python 1. Everybody is using Python version 3. You no need to worry about all those things actually. Okay, so whatever I discussed in last 30 minutes, how much you understood doesn't matter. Okay, whether you understood, you did not understand, doesn't matter at all. Even if you're not able to understand, that is totally fine. But from now onwards, whatever I am explaining is very, very, very important. You need to understand everything because this is what you need to follow while writing the code in the Python. Okay, clear, team? So
Yes, sir.
please focus
Yes,
here.
sir.
Yeah, please focus here. Normally, have you seen anybody name is gender? Anybody name? See, now I am saying here we have a Maheshwari, Deep, Ajay, Kishore, Suresh, Kotesh, Monica, Nazir, Neha, Sri, Pavani. Like this, we have people. But have you ever seen a person name is gender?
No, sir.
Why?
No.
Because that is a what you can say. That is a big keyword. No, not keyword. That is a gender means it's not a name. It's a.
It's an identifier of a certain type of.
Already reserved, right? Gender, we know that either male or female or something, right?
Okay. Now, I'll tell you few rules. Please follow those rules because you understood. Nobody name is gender because we follow certain rules when we are setting our names. Correct? Based on, see, for Hindu, right? Normally, what happens? We actually look at the birth time. Based on the time, we will decide, right? So generally, so everybody has some beliefs. Everybody is going to follow certain rules to decide the name. It is not going to be decided randomly, right? Similarly, Python also have a names. Identifier is nothing but a names you give to the things in the Python. What are the things? Variables, you have functions, you have classes. Python has a three main things: variables, functions, and classes. Now you need to give the name for your variable. You need to give the name for your function. You need to give the name for your class. But when you are giving the names for all of these, you need to follow certain rules. The advantage here is rules is not different for variable, functions, class. It's a common rule. Same rules for you need to follow for variable, functions, and class. The first rule I'll tell you, Python identifier is a name used to identify a variable, function, class, module, or other objects. So here name equal to CloudPandith. Here whatever you are seeing is a variable. Name is a variable. What is the variable name here? Variable name is nothing but a name only. Now it's a function. Def, this is a function name. What is the name of the function team? CloudPandith. Okay, CloudPandith is the name of the function. It's a class. Class, my class. So here this is your class name. What is your class name? My class is a class name. CloudPandith is function name. Name is a variable name. So that's why name is identifier. CloudPandith is identifier. My class is a identifier. Clear? Now what are the rules? The first rule, it should contain uppercase A to Z, lowercase A to Z, 0 to 9 digits, or underscore. Only these 4 things. You need to create a names with the combination of these 4 only. Your identifier should have uppercase A to Z or lowercase A to Z, 0 to 9 digits, or underscore only. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Next. Okay, now let's start implementing, or let's start looking at this. See, all of you, I suggest you to simple time, you go here, you can say Google Colab. Enter, go to Google Colab. So I think it will ask you to log in. If it is asking you to log in, you log in. Otherwise, click on new notebook. You have seen, right? Click on new notebook. It will open new notebook. So I think it may ask you to log in, Tim. For me, it is logged in. You see, right? So for you also, it may ask you to log in. Log in. I'll tell you. I'll give you time to log in. But let me show you here. Now let's say I'm saying. Let's say I'm saying name equal to Rama. Okay. So here, what is name here?
Identifier.
Name is an identifier. It's a variable name. It is an identifier. Next, age equal to, age equal to 10. What is age team here?
Identifier.
It's again a variable name identifier. Total marks. Perfect. What is this team? Total marks is what team?
Yes, still as an identifier.
Identifier. Now I am just going for def add numbers pass. Okay. Now add numbers is what team?
It's an
It's a
identifier.
function. Add numbers is
That
also
is
the identifier.
Identifier.
Okay. Okay. Next. I'm going to give you few more. You need to tell me which are valid, which are invalid. All these are, do you think all these are valid? Yes, let's execute this. You see all these are, okay, 1 second. Let me increase the size of this. It's fine. Is it
Yes,
fine
sir.
now? Yes. Now you see everything is executed. It is not throwing any error. What it means is it is fine. It is working fine. Now I am going to give you few more. You need to tell me. Student 1 equal to Rama. Is it a valid or invalid?
Valid.
It is a valid. Okay, next. What you can do is you can say max value equal to 100. Is it a valid or invalid tip?
It's valid.
Valid.
Valid. Very good. Next, I am going with the student name equal to let's say Krishna. Is it valid or invalid tip?
Invalid.
Invalid.
Invalid
It will not
without
have space.
underscore.
Why it is
Space is
invalid?
not accepted.
Space
Space is not accepted.
Okay, space is not accepted. That's why let's execute it. It is throwing an error, invalid syntax. Okay. Next, let's say one name equal to. Already people whoever knows Python, don't answer him. Let others learn. So what about this?
It's a valid only.
Valid? Let's try this.
Valid.
It is failed. We'll understand because it is within our boundaries only, right? Within the numbers are allowed, small a to z, like uppercase a to z, and underscore is allowed. But I don't know why it is not allowing. You are feeling right, but I'll explain to you why it is not allowing because you need to learn. You learned only few rules, right? You need to learn all the rules. We will talk about it. Let's execute this. This is also throwing an error. Can you guess it? Why it is throwing an error?
Hyphen is not accepted.
Hyphen is not accepted. So you understood what is allowed, what is not allowed. You understood, right? Uppercase A to Z, lowercase a to Z, and 0 to 9, and underscore is allowed. But other than that, if you use here, you use the hyphen, here you use the space, it is not allowing. But this is why it is not allowing. The reason is for the rule number 2. What is the rule number 2 says is your identifier should not start with the digits. Your identifier should not start with the digit. But what you have done here, your identifier is started with the digit. That's why it is throwing an error. Clear? Clear, team?
Yes.
Yes, sir,
Okay.
pretty much.
Now I will say student underscore age equal to 55. Is it allowed or not allowed?
Not allowed.
Execute this. It is not allowed because at the rate. Okay, at the rate is going to create a problem. It's a special character. It is not allowed. Next. I'll say next one I have to say is my class equal to 55. Let's say class equal to 5, fifth class. So is it allowed or not allowed?
Not allowed, I think.
Why it is not allowed?
It's an identifier only, but it is integer, right? Okay, it automatically detects it will be working. Yeah.
Okay, let's execute this. Class equal to 5 is working. Okay, now I'll use class equal to 5, same. Now it will work. What you understood from this example? Very good. First thing you need to understand, Python is a case sensitive language is the one thing you need to understand. Second thing is this class equal to 5 is working, but this class equal to 5 is not working. Why?
So
Okay,
the identifier should start with capital letter.
No. There is no such rule we discussed.
Class is a reserved word, right?
Class is a reserved word, as we discussed. None of our students or none of you never heard a person name is gender. The reason is gender is a predefined meaning. Okay, human. You never heard a person name is human. You never heard a person name is let's say object. You like, right? So meaning these are having some predefined meaning. People won't use it. Similarly, we have some reserved words. We should not use those reserved words as an identifier. If you remember, class is the reserved word that we have used to declare a classes. Def is a reserved word that we have used to define a function, right? Def is a reserved word that we have used to define a function. Class is a reserved word which we have used to define a class. So those are reserved words. You cannot use that. Clear? And you also understood that Python is a case sensitive. Python does not allow punctuation characters. You have seen at the rate, dollar, percentage, all these things are not allowed. And Python is a case sensitive programming language. All of you clear, team? Everybody is clear till here.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
yeah.
Okay. Now let me put these rules in the notepad here itself. Let me put all these rules. What is the rule number 1, Tim? So letters, allowed letters are uppercase A to Z, lowercase A to Z is allowed. And then when it comes to the numbers, numbers which are allowed is 0 to 9 numbers are allowed, and underscore is also allowed. So this is the rule number 1. What is the rule number 2? Rule number 2 is
No special characters.
like identifier cannot start with a number. With a number is the rule
Yes.
number 2. Cannot start with a number is the rule number. 1 second, Tim. Number. Rule number 3.
Reserved words.
Do not use the reserved.
Yeah. Yes.
Reserved words.
So cannot use Python. 1 second, please. You cannot use Python keywords, or you can say reserved words. Okay, that is a rule number 3. Rule number 4 is Python is case sensitive. Case sensitive. Okay, clear?
Yes.
Clear, Dave?
Sir.
And these are the main rules you need to follow. But apart from this, few suggestions as a developer that you need to follow is the meaning of your identifier should be meaningful. Example, total students equal to, let's say, 30, and marks equal to 55, something like that. But it should not be like X, Y, P, 12, something 55. What is the meaning of this? There is no meaning of it, right? So people cannot able to understand. So in real time, let's say you want to know mission temperature threshold is set it as a 39 degrees centigrade. 39 temperature, just don't put temperature, it is a mission. Okay, mission temperature, so something like that you need to put it. Meaningful words should be there. The identifier name should be meaningful. That is one thing. Second suggestion is we generally use a space. So that is also not allowed. For example, student name equal to 50, student name equal to Rama. So don't give space because space is not allowed. So you need to use a, if you really wanted to use some more readable identifiers you want to create, instead of combining like a student name, you instead of giving space, you use an underscore, because space is not allowed. That's why it is recommended to use a underscore. Clear? This is a wrong. This is a wrong. This is correct. Understood it? So these are the rules you need to follow in order to I just shared all the rules in the chat. I request everybody to take. Clear, Tim?
Sir, we can use single quotes and double quotes, right? Do you define a variable?
One more thing. Yes. We will discuss anyhow. It's a time to discuss. Let me quickly tell about it. Tomorrow we will discuss anyhow, but I am just going to give you a quick update on that. Generally, if you see Scala, if you use a Java, C language, you can either use a single quotes or double quotes. It's a fixed. But in Python, it's very flexible. So for example, you let me create here. Now I want to say that what you can do is product product name. So product name equal to, let's say, laptop. I'm keeping in the double quotes. I'm keeping in a single quotes. Okay, and you can put it in a triple double quotes. You can put it in a triple single quotes. All these meanings are same. String can be defined in Python 4 different ways. This is called string data type, can be defined in a 4 different ways. Are you seeing? No error. Are you getting? String can be defined in whatever format you want to define, you can define it. Clear? All of you clear on this or
Yes,
not?
sir.
Yes.
Okay, now what, see, let me give you some. So what is it, a valid or invalid? What do you think?
Valid.
What is indicates first underscore? You know, remember team, first underscore indicates, okay, one underscore indicates starting with any identifier starting with underscore means it is called a private variable or private function, private class. Okay, private functions or like whatever it is a private, when you say it is having some restrictions. When you are accessing these things, you cannot able to access directly, you need to follow certain rules. What is accessing and all we will discuss. You also can have a two underscores, which is nothing but strongly private. What is meant by that? What is meant by that? It is strongly private.
Strongly.
Everybody's clear, team?
Yes, sir. Pretty clear.
Right. So now you understood with the single
What is
underscore means it's a private, and double underscore means it's a strongly private. Okay.
what does
Now
that indicate? Private means.
private means for security purpose. If somebody is accessing, they cannot directly access these things.
So if we want to refer this variable in our
See, I'll tell
program,
you,
yeah.
if you are using a single underscore, that is called a private, meaning Python will not stop you from accessing it. Okay.
Yeah.
Just to tell that it is a secure variable. So when you are handling this value, wherever you are handling, you have to be more careful. You should not present it or you should not print it. Just we want to give some information. When
Okay.
you say strongly private with the two double quotes, Python wants to protect this variable strongly. It uses a this double underscore. What it indicates is you cannot be accessed normally. You cannot able to access it directly from current Python file to the another Python file. So we are, if you remember, we are using import PySpark.sql.functions, import PySpark.sql.types. You are
Right.
importing some things, some functions, types from some another Python file, right? So when you are importing like that, if you have any strongly private functions, strongly private variables, those cannot be accessed. Those cannot be accessed.
Okay.
Clear?
Yep.
That is what the strongly private means. Clear?
Okay.
So the summary is, if you have a single underscore, it's just a warning. Okay, don't touch this variable, something like that. We are giving a warning. But when you are using a double underscore, which means Python is protecting it using a double underscore naming convention, anybody who is trying to access this, they cannot able to access it very easily. Not very easily. Whatever permissions they have, they cannot able to access. What it means is we want to lock this. We want to lock this variable within this file only. Then you need to use a double underscore. Clear? Are we good?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what we can do is, now 1 second. Yeah, let me go to PPT here.
One question on the import side, sir. If say now I have a Python code in one file, and if I want to call that from another Python code, the only way is to go through that import step.
No, those things we will discuss. Why you are worrying? I told clearly we will be discussing those things. You cannot able to understand if I say everything now.
Okay.
We are in the process. You are learning identifiers, functions. Then we will slowly. First, you need to understand identifier keywords. Then you need to understand data types. Then you need to understand functions. Then we will go to modules and packages. How you can import it. 20 or 25 different ways. I'll explain to you how you can do that. Okay. So that session is there. We will discuss that. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Now I request everybody to look at this and answer this thing, which is valid, which is invalid. Look at this and give me all answers in the chat at a time. Don't give one answer, give all answers at a time. Are you all getting what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Put it in the chat.
Yeah, put in chat time, everybody. Completed. Okay, so let me answer it. So first one is valid because there is no problems at all. Second one is a valid tip because there is no problem. So underscore is fine. Arg1, third one is valid. Fourth one is not valid. The reason is starting with number. Fifth one is not valid because it is using at the rate. So next one, def is a keyword. That's why it is also invalid. Underscore account number, which is still valid because it's a strongly private. It's not a private, it's a strongly private. So it's a valid. So first three are valid, next three are invalid, last one is valid again. Okay. Now Python identifier, if identifier starts with underscore symbol, then it indicates it's a private. If identifier starts with the two underscore symbols, it indicates that strongly private identifier. If the identifier starts and ends with the two underscore symbols, then the identifier is a language defined special name, which is also known as a magic method. We are seeing percentile SQL, percentile Python. We are calling it as a magic method, right? So similarly here magic methods we will have here. So those are, you can call it as a special functions or magic functions, which are used in some of the cases that we will be looking them in the future. Okay. So meaning double underscore will be there at the front and back. Those are the special methods or magic methods of the Python. Now Python keywords. If the Python in Python some words are reserved to represent some meaning or functionality, such type of words are called reserved words. These are the reserved words that we have, but I don't want to show it from here. Instead, let's look at from Python here. Let me, not sure I can able to get that help. So it will give us the latest keywords, right? So these are the latest keywords that we have. So def already you are aware of it, okay? And class you are aware of it. True, false, you know, right? This is a break for breaking the loop. Def for definition, delete for deleting. Yeah, if else conditions to check the conditions. Okay. Next you have lambda. Lambda is a special functions to define in the Python. We use a lambda keyword. Lambda keyword is used for defining the functions. Next pass, rise, return. If you want to return some output from the functions, we use a return keyword. We use a return keyword. Okay. So these are the latest Python keywords what we have in this particular version. Total we have 32 plus 3, 35 keywords that we have. Okay, tip. Now, so based on all this learning, very quickly we will go through one more test. So I just generated a quick file through some ChatGPT. Let's look at this. First one is, which of the following is a valid Python identifier? Tell me, Tim, what is the answer for first question? Which of the following is a valid Python identifier?
Value underscore to B.
Option
B, sir.
B.
Which of the following is not a Python keyword, Tim?
Lambda.
Value.
Value.
Option D.
Value. Option
Okay,
D.
value. Class is used for defining a class. Return is to return the function value, function output. Lambda is a keyword to define a special functions in the. I think we already used or we have not used. I'm not sure. If we have not used, we will use it. We used it anywhere, Tim? No, right? Okay, fine. Next one. Which identifier is considered as a private by Python naming convention?
B.
B.
Underscore name.
B. Okay, it's just a private, not strongly private. Which of the following cannot be used as an identifier, Tip? Out of these four, which of the following cannot be used as an identifier?
Underscore.
C.
For that is option C, because my var is fine, underscore temp is fine, student underscore one is fine. For is a keyword, that's why you cannot use it. Okay. Next, what is Python identifier, Tim?
Basically a value to a variable or a class name.
It's
or
a name
function.
that we are giving to the Python variable functions and a class. Python identifier is a name that we gives to the things of the Python. The things are nothing but here variable, function, classes, modules, all these things. Module is again, it's nothing but a Python file only. Okay. List any 5 Python keywords. Anybody have any idea of 5 keywords?
Some class.
Return, break,
Please
class,
stop.
continue.
Okay, def, class, these two you are already aware of it. And I just discussed, you know, right? The simple true, false, if, else if,
Elif.
and else. You have a
Yeah.
return, lambda, anything you can define. Okay. Can an identifier start with an underscore?
Yes.
It's a private.
Yes.
It's a private
Yes.
one.
Can an identifier
It's a
start with
private.
an underscore? Yes. You can have an identifier start with an underscore, which is nothing but a private variable. Identify valid or invalid identifiers. My hyphen variable, is it a valid or invalid?
Invalid.
Invalid.
Why?
So it
Hyphen.
is hyphen is
Okay.
not allowed.
Hyphen is not
Next one,
accepted.
underscore student underscore name, is it a valid or invalid?
Valid.
Valid.
One player, is it a valid or invalid?
Invalid.
Invalid.
Yield, valid or invalid?
Valid.
Invalid.
Valid.
Okay.
Fine team, yield is a keyword, that's why it's
Is
a invalid, but it's
Okay.
fine even if you answer it wrongly because you're not aware of it. Score underscore 99, is it a valid or invalid?
Valid.
Again,
Valid.
okay, good. So now you learned identifiers and keywords today a little bit, but you practice more in the collab. That is a second recommendation. So third thing, very quickly, give me 5 minutes. I'll show you how to install the Python in your local system. Okay. So if you look at here, I have a Python already. Double click on this IDLE. Here also you will get that Python. Okay, I'm just opening a Python in my local system. If you see this is a Python, so A equal to 10, right? Type of type of A, if you ask, it will tell you int. Now you can also test it here. Student underscore name equal to Rama. Is it a valid? Yes, it is valid, right? You can test it. The reason is it's a Python is installed in my system. First, let me show you. So this is all you are seeing, right? Python 3.13, IDLE, these all things. After uninstallation, you will not be able to see that. So to uninstall this, go to control panel. I'm just searching here for my control panel. Just it will take 5 minutes. Don't worry, okay? Go to programs and futures. So I'll go to Python. Where is Python? Python. So Python 3.13.6, right? I am uninstalling it. Okay, uninstallation was successful. There is a Python launcher, right click, you can uninstall that also. It just one file, it will be removed very quickly. Okay, that is removed. Now you search for Python here. Are you seeing anything here? Python exe and all. If you click on this, double click on this, what it is happening? Nothing is happening. It is just closed. Okay, it is taking us to here to install the Python from the Microsoft Store. Okay, because Python is no longer available here. We have uninstalled, that's why it is not there. Even if you click on python.exe, equal to 10, 28. Is still there, meaning is there any other Python version? Let me see. Let's see Python. There is a Anaconda Python is there here. I think this is making it that's okay, but you have not able to see ideally, right? IDE you are not able to see, right? You are seeing something like python.txt, but IDE you are not able to see. Now let me show you how you can install the Python. Simple, come here, just go to python.org, enter downloads. You go for downloads, you see in the downloads you are seeing Python 3.14 is the latest one. Click on this. Once the file is downloaded, it's a small file only. Double click on this. Now add a Python admin privileges when installing. Add python.exe to Python. Click on install now. Click yes. Everybody please install Python in your local system, and by tomorrow make sure collab you are able to log in, you are able to execute the code from the collab, so that we can do tomorrow few more tests. Tomorrow session we focus more on the data types, right? Very, very important tomorrow session. I am using a list, I am using a tuple, I am using a lot of things, a dictionary I am saying, but you are not aware of it. Tomorrow you will come to know all of those things. Meantime, you can do it in your systems, you can start installations. Okay, it is finished. Now you can just come here. You have to search for Python. Now you will be able to see again. See, ideally, you are able to see, right? ID. Click on this. 3.14, you can see 3.14, the version, right? 3.14 we have installed. Now the other way is you can go to your control panel. Where is this one? You will be able to see. You just go back, click on programs and features. You can see today you have installed the Python 3.14 and Python launcher, which is on top. When it is installed, 18 November. Okay. So once you have that Python ID in your local system, you can able to execute anything even in your locals itself. You no need even collab. You can directly do it here. Okay. That's it, team, for today. Please let me know if you have any questions. Whatever you have, you can just type it. Okay, so that's all for today. Please let me know if you have any questions, team. No questions? Good. Thank you. Thank you. That's all for today.